how's it going? Welcome to another edition of Study Crypto. Today, we're going to take a look at HEX and the market and see where everything's at. If there's a buying opportunity you don't know about, and if so, when is HEX going to rebound and how high can it go? But first, before we get into that, please do us a big favor and hit that like button as well as that subscribe button and ding the notification bell as well. We really do appreciate it. It helps us with the YouTube algorithm. And as always, this is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. And please, for the love of God, do your own research. Okay, now with all that out the way, let's get into it. What's going on in the markets? Well, as we can see, Bitcoin is still down. We're actually up to 21,000, which is nice, but we have a long way to go before we're actually going to see any potential of a turnaround. Obviously, we all know this is a bear market. As we can see here, the 821 EMA, the 8 is well below the 21. Big gap there. There's no sign of a reversal. There's no sign of a cross. The MACD as well is still on the bearish side of the midline, and we're still crossing red. So this is all bad, right? So if you're shorting, congratulations. You're probably doing pretty well right about now, okay? And I don't see a reason to not short right about now if that's your strategy. Right here is a key line for a bullish reversal. I say that because that'll get us past this resistance point. This seems to be a nice resistance area for Bitcoin at 35,000, as well as we have a CME gap right here, used 85% of the time. When there's a gap that is formed, it closes eventually. This is when the market opens and closes on a Friday, opens back up on a Monday, and there's Bitcoin activity over the weekend that's not reflected in the stock market on the Chicago Mercantile Exchange. So we have a gap here. This is a key level, 35,000, key level for bullish reversal. Also here, even before that, we have another gap, a weekend gap here at 27,000 that would have to get closed first. So we have a lot of stuff going on regarding that. Nothing to look at here in terms of a bullish reversal. Right now, we're either down or sideways. Okay, and again, this is the daily chart. Now, if we just take a look at the regular Bitcoin chart, not the CME, again, we see the same kind of activity. What I have drawn out here are a bunch of the next levels we're likely going to hit. These are support levels that we could easily fall to. So the next one is 16,000, and then we can go down to 13,700, and so on and so forth. So these are expected Bitcoin levels to hit as we go down further and further. If we do go down further and further, and there's no reason to think we won't, there's clearly a trend line that has formed from here, maybe even further back, right? We need to break this trend line with Bitcoin to even have a chance of anything. And it probably draw it from up there as well. Okay. All right. So these are your trend lines for Bitcoin that we need to break before we have any type of action that we can consider bullish. All right, let's talk about HEX. Now, let's talk about HEX. HEX. Where is it? I know it's here, ladies and gentlemen, right here. So we have HEX right here. And similar story. We had a little action. Okay. We do have some potential positive action going on here. We have the 821 EMA. We have the 8 starting to cross up above. Okay, crossing towards the 21. That would be very bullish. Okay, that'll be an early bull sign. And another piece of good news is we actually have three, 4 daily candles closing above the 8. Okay, that is bullish as well. It's not bullish enough to buy, but it's the beginnings of a bull sign. And it looks like it's bouncing off of this support line we have at 0.038 cents. And we had a new support line at 0.028, as you see here. There was some capitulation back here. These are two areas of support for HEX. So this looks potentially good in terms of reversal for HEX. The MACD is heading up. It's not above the midline, but we do have a bullish cross on the MACD. If we wanted to take a look at our pivot points, well, we're bouncing right around S1. We're just bouncing up and down off of S1. That is nice to see. If we can hold above S1 for a few more days, we're going to have new pivots come out soon. But if we could hold above S1, that would be even better. I'd like to see a hold above 4 cents, 4.5 cents. Okay, if we can get to see a hold over 4.5 cents, that would be nice. But before we really consider a bullish reversal, we need to break this trend line. Okay, so this is the current trend line we have, drawing back from this top here. Okay, we could actually might be able to move this over a little bit. This trend line, actually, we could probably draw it like this. Any way you slice it, we do have a trend line. If you draw it like that, then we're okay. We're kind of breaking it now. If you want to look at the trend line from that perspective, we're kind of breaking the trend line. However, we still don't have any confirmations, early confirmation with the 821, and that's usually our first bearish indicator that'll go in the direction we desire before we consider making a move. We don't have that on the daily just yet. And we're bouncing around S1, which is to be understood. We didn't go down to S2, which is nice to see. If we look at the RSI, we're actually not oversold. Okay, so we're coming up off of the RSI, headed above 40, which is good, headed back to 50. So this is positive with the RSI. Okay, so we're creeping up. Very nice. So yeah, this looks good, but it's definitely not a buy signal as of yet. Okay, we need to see some more positive price action. We need to see this cross. We need to see Hex hold above 4.5 cents before this actually turns into a buy. Okay, that's where we're at with Hex. Now, if we just take a look at the total crypto market, well, if we just take a look at DeFi, this is the DeFi market. We see how that's just got annihilated. Had a $20 billion in the DeFi market back in November of 2021, and now we're at, I'm sorry, 210 billion back in November 2021, and now we're just down at 44 billion. So that's been totally annihilated, as we know. And if we look at the total crypto market, including Bitcoin, let's get rid of some of this stuff here so it looks a little more clear. Okay, and let's get rid of that. So this is the total crypto market cap, excluding nothing. This is everything included, including Bitcoin. We're at $930 trillion. Okay, as I said in one of my previous streams, we were definitely across below 1 trillion, which we did. As you all know, we did that on the 13th of June. That was a big deal. Okay, and so we're still bouncing around that same area. So the question could be is, where's the next stop down? Because as you can see, the total crypto market cap is still going down. We're forming a trend here. Okay. definitely have a trend line going on here, something like this. Okay, before we see a bullish reversal, right? So we need to break that before we see the total crypto market cap go back up. All right. And so where are some of the next stops with the total crypto market cap? Well, we see resistance in this area at 758 billion dollars, right? We've been playing with this area at this point, and we see the same area being played with right around here. So 700, let's just say 760 billion. That's a place of resistance. I'm sorry, a place of support currently. Is if we could hold the line, as they say, if we could hold this particular line, we might have a chance to have a reversal back, right? So that's a point of that we need to hold. Okay, those are two support lines that we need to hold up. The next area is right down here. Is going to be 600 billion. Okay, 600 billion, that's going to hurt. If we take a drop down to 600 billion in terms of a total crypto market cap, coming from a previous high of almost $3 trillion, that's a doozy. That is going to be a doozy on everybody. Okay, let's just fix this. Okay. It's going to be a doozy on everyone if we have to drop down from 3 trillion, which we're clearly dropping down from, all the way down to right around here, 650 trillion. Okay, because you see there over here on the far left, that's definitely a point of a lot of volatility and action. Okay, so that's the next floor, so to speak, for the crypto market. Okay, guys, so that's pretty much what it looks like right now out there in the crypto space. We're still just chugging along and doing the best it can. I don't expect any big moves anytime soon, except possibly down, or if there's some type of announcement from the Fed or some bank collapses or something like that, that we could definitely see some interesting moves. If we just want to take a look at gold too as a alternative investment, you see gold is just kind of going sideways, still in a pretty much a downtrend. It needs to break this trend line right here in order for us to consider this being a big buy. But this is where gold is at right now. It's kind of pretty much stable. Hasn't moved too much recently, but that's pretty much it, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know what you think. Are you going to go all in on HEX? Do you think it's worth buying right now? I don't think it's worth buying right now. I think it's worth buying in the future. I would buy it in the future. I am going to buy more in the future, just not now. The chart doesn't tell me to do so. I basically live and die by the chart, not the rumor. All right, guys, do us a favor, put a comment below. Tell me what you think. You like it, you hate it, you think I'm crazy, or you just want to talk about, whatever. All right, guys, talk soon. Bye-bye.
Hey guys, thanks so much again for viewing our wonderful video, and please don't forget to hit the like button and the subscribe button if you found value in this, and please ding the notification bell as well. Thanks so much. See you next time.